What are the different types of joints in the body? So the first is of the synovial joints is the pivot joint. Okay, pivot joints are joints that allow bones to rotate. In a pivot joint, a cylinder-shaped bone rotates inside another bone or ligament that forms a ring around it. To see how a pivot joint works properly, all you have to do really is move your head side to side, because in your neck there is a pivot joint between your skull and the top of your vertebrae that allows your head to turn. So as you can see here, this is where the pivot joint is, and that allows your head to turn, to move sideways around. The second one is a hinge joint. A hinge joint is a common class of synovial joint that includes the ankle, elbow, and knee joints. Hinge joints are formed between two or more bones, where the bones can only move along the axis or flex or extend. So, as the arm is being brought up, it's flexed, and then it's brought down, it is extended. As you can see, this arrow shows. So this is basically an example of what a hinge joint would look like, and that joint is found here. As well as the simplest hinge joints in the body are the interphalangeal joint, found between the phalanges of the fingers and toes. In these hinge joints, the bones are able to flex to decrease the angle between them, like making a fist or curling the toes in. So, a saddle joint. Each bone in a saddle joint resembles a saddle with concave and convex proportions that fit together. Saddle joints allow angular movement similar to the condyloid joint, which I'll get to soon, but with a greater range of movement. An example of a saddle joint is the thumb joint, so right here, which can move backwards and forth and up and down. It can move more freely than the wrist and fingers. Gliding joint. These joints allow for gliding movements, as this diagram shows here. The range of motion is limited and does not involve rotation. Gliding joints are found in the carpal bones, so in your feet, and in your feet and your hands, and so the carpals in your hands and the tarsals in your feet, as well as between the vertebrae. So, okay, so ball and socket joints. Ball and socket joints are a special class of synovial joints that have the highest freedom of motion in the body due to their unique structure. The shoulder and hip joints are the only ball and socket joints in the human body due to the need for greater motion at the end of the body's limbs and the vast amount of musculature needed to move and support such flexible joints. So ball and socket joints are found in your shoulder and your hips. The two movements that they allow is abduction and adduction. So abduction is the movement from a limb away from the middle of your body. So basically, when your arms are to the side of your body, if you lift them up so that your hands are basically in line with your shoulders, that is abduction. And the opposite of abduction is adduction. So that's basically when you move your arms from in line with your shoulders back to the middle of your body. condyloid joints consist of an oval-shaped end of one bone fitting into a similar oval-shaped hollow of another bone. This is also sometimes called an ellipsoidal joint. This type of joint allows angular movement along two axes, as seen in the joints of the wrist and fingers, which can move both sides and up and down.